Hi, I'm Tiger.
I'm Lewis.
And we're two members of Westlife.
Fuck's sake.
Hi, I'm Tiger.
I'm Lewis.
I'm Josh.
I'm James.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Dan.
And this is our Download Festival 2025 preview.
We got to do that again.
For fuck's sake!
No, I forgot about the mic.
Hi, I'm Tiger.
I'm Lewis.
I'm Josh.
I'm James.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Dan.
And this is our Download Festival 2025 preview.
We're going to go through the whole lineup and talk about what we're most excited for. And everything starts on the Wednesday.
But yeah, those early days, if you haven't done them before, they're just a lot of fun. It's kind of nice to set up camp, to go have a cruise around Village or District X as it now is, and just kind of see all the various things that are going on.
On the Thursday, we're going to be doing a meetup.
We are ourselves, the Alt Vault, SMTV, Dillcam.
The Arnolds.
We're all going to be doing a meetup. Look on our socials for timings, because at the moment I can't remember if we've arranged a certain time.
I think we've penciled in at the moment, but yeah, keep an eye on socials.
On the Thursday.
You'll know for sure where you can come and find us.
Yeah, do a little meetup with people. That would be lovely. But yeah, it's always fun to go for those early days. I think now we've done that, I don't see any way of going back.
I remember was it the 20th anniversary year where they had the 4 days of music?
Yeah.
And that made me really miss the Thursday.
It felt like too much, didn't it?
I love just chilling out at camp and like fucking around in the village and District X and stuff on the Thursday, and just not really having, of course there's stuff to do, but not having to worry about having anything to do, and just chill around camp, have a few drinks, hang out with your mates,
Well, it was so shit.
and
that
then
year.
get ready for the festival coming up.
It was so shit getting there so late on the Wednesday and then going into that day of music. It was like we almost didn't have the early days.
Yeah, well, there was no downtime, was there?
No.
Like
No.
we finally got to camp at like 1 a.m. We all went to sleep. Well, some of us tried to go to like the doghouse to sort of get it going, but it wasn't going to happen.
No.
So we all just went to sleep, woke up, and then we were in the arena. It felt like such a difference. Whereas having the Wednesday, Thursday with nothing to like organise and you can just do what you want, it's perfect.
There is some music on the early days if you're interested. What's going on, Josh?
Well, there's a band on the Doghouse stage called Exist Immortal who sometimes go by the name of Exim. They are really, really like fucking good, sort of like metalcore / prog sort of progressive metal. Yeah, man, I massively recommend them. They've been on the grind for a long time now, and I feel like they're finally sort of getting the recognition they deserve. I was going to say, oh, hooray, Grove Street, but it's on the RIP Courtyard. But if you've got that, then fucking check them out, because they are fucking flying the flag for crossover in this country right now.
Is one of those days Venga Boys?
Well, my good man, that is...
What's that I hear? Is that the Venga bus?
Thursday is when Venga Boys are playing.
Sick. And then we're on to it. Friday 13th of June, day number 1. I mean, one of the first bands I'm looking forward to seeing is Graphic Nature.
Always a great time.
Down there on the Dog 2 stage, we've spoken so much about them. Just managed to catch a bit of their set. For myself, some of you guys saw all of the set of them at Slam Dunk. Always an extremely energetic, fun, exciting band. Yeah, it's kind of just an easy pick to go and see that live, to be honest.
It's a great way to sort of set it off as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, well, whenever we've been at a festival or any opportunity to see them, we'll go make sure we go and see them, and they're always banging.
Well, actually, gonna try and get there from the opening band to see the Japanese band Sim, who you might know from doing the Attack on Titan theme tune. It was one of those things I was trying to find a different stage at one of the other downloads, and accidentally stumbled across them, and didn't manage to catch all of it. But they have just like such a big, infectious sound. I'm really excited to see that. Dan, who are you going to see on the Avalanche stage, my dude?
On the Avalanche stage, I will be seeing the guys in Unpeople, of course, without a doubt. We've talked about them a lot on this podcast. One of the most exciting up-and-coming bands in the UK scene, I think. Doing all the right things, and every time we've seen them live, it's just been so much fun. So I won't be missing them at all.
one of my biggest regrets from Burn It Down was not actually going inside the Apple and Power and seeing them play. We got there a little bit late, didn't we?
I can't remember who we'd seen.
We were seeing A band and we thought, oh, we'll stay to the end and then we'll try and get in. But it was too packed, and now I understand why it was so packed, because even just from clips of seeing their live shows, they look so good, and I've been enjoying all the stuff that they've released. So that's going to be one that I'm really looking forward to.
I like Boston Manor on main stage. I think it's a really cool spot. Very, very happy for them seeing in that kind of position there.
It feels like a really great opportunity for them to kind of, because they've changed their sounds, or not changed, but developed their sound kind of as they've gone on with each album release. So I think this is, they've played the main stage before, but this is another great opportunity for them to showcase their new sound, I guess, and how it's evolved to a big audience.
Yeah, last time I saw him, or first time I think, was at the O2, our local one in Oxford, and it was insane. So to see him going from that to the main stage of Download feels like a huge jump. But
Hells yeah. I imagine you're excited for Trophy Eyes.
Always. Trophy Eyes are just one of those bands to me that's just like absolutely infectious and a very cathartic band, I think. Even if you don't really know a lot of their stuff going in, I think seeing them live is an experience that really helps you sort of, I don't know, get a lot off your chest in a really healthy way. So I think they're going to be a great band, and it's exciting to see them on a lineup like this. I think they're a band that you'd maybe expect more at something like Slam Dunk or maybe even Trees. So for a festival of download size to be booking them, I think is a real win for that sort of music scene. I also want to shout out North Lane on the Opus stage. I think they're an amazing band, and they're one of those bands that sort of like you don't realise how many fucking bops they've got until the bops start coming, and then you're just like, fucking hell, this band is great. And every time I've seen them live, which has only been like very few times, they've always been really, really fun. So they're going to be great.
Sticking with the Opus stage, Opeth, I've never like really heavily spent time with their music, but like the bits I've heard, I have enjoyed.
I'm pretty sure we've sent tracks to each other before on WhatsApp. Just be like, this is nuts.
I remember like time ago, like kind of tried getting into it and like listening to albums, and was enjoying it. But for some reason or another, other albums or the music's come out and just never got round to it. But I feel like it will be a really good band to go and see and kind of experience their music at a festival. I think would be a lot of fun.
So Opeth, I have had the pleasure of seeing Opeth at Download before.
Okay.
And I didn't know too much about them when I saw them, but I will say this, like, the name of their vocalist escapes me, but the transition between the cleans and the screams is some of like the nicest sort of like polar opposites you've ever kind of seen from one vocalist. And the fact that he's doing that with all the technical guitar shit at the same time is honestly a testament to their sort of success, I think. Mate, if you I mean, I know how much you love your Dream Theater and stuff. I think honestly, do a crash course on like that band before we go, because I think we could be in it like a however long time talking about this, and you'll be like, yeah, they were like one of my favourites or something. I reckon. I think that's not a tall order. I'll say this as well, actually. I think on the Avalanche stage, I'd be seeing Crossfaith, but actually at the time, literally like an hour before we started filming this, I saw the news break that Svalbard on the Dogtooth stage are actually calling it a day. I had the pleasure of seeing them support. You might have saw them too when Comeback Kid played in Oxford. Definitely check out Svalbard, because it will be one of your last times to see them, I believe.
Are they given a timeline on all of this?
Yeah, I think that kind of clashes with Crossfaith. So tough choices to make.
For me, I think Weezer's going to be such a party. That set is going to be so much fun. I don't think a lot of people realise just how many iconic like party bangers they've got, and I think that's just going to be such a fun way to lead us into the headliner for the day.
You're looking forward to Weezer, aren't you?
I think that'll be a laugh.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I might miss a bit of Weezer actually, because on the Dogtooth stage there is the band, I think it's Vola, Vola. They're sort of like very much like an Arctangent-y band, I think in the progressive realm, if my memory serves correct. But I will catch that and then head on over to Weezer. And also for all you elder emos, Elliot Minor have reformed.
That's big.
Their song Parallel Worlds, oh my god, what an absolute bop. But apart from that, I don't really know much else. But yeah, catch them on the Avalanche stage just a little bit before Weezer.
One of the big bands for me of this day is McFly. I've loved McFly since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. And it's like one of the first songs I ever learned how to play on guitar was It's All About You. And just, I think their album Radioactive is...
And that's why he's now a drummer.
Yeah. Big
And
up
also a
Harry.
vocalist.
Yeah, I think their album Radioactive was one that really got me into that sort of heavier side of music. I think a lot of people sort of forget that album even exists, but there are some songs on there that you're like, bloody hell. I actually played Corrupted to someone once, and they were like, I don't have a clue who this is. When I told them it was McFly, they would not believe me because it's genuinely heavy. I have actually met McFly, and this is why James is looking at me. I won a McDonald's competition when I was 9, and I ended up spending the day with them. And it was actually for their Radioactive album release, and we met him at McDonald's. And there's a video somewhere of me with dyed blonde hair with Danny playing my guitar to me.
Insert clip.
Yeah, oh God, I'm sure you can try. I'm sure you can find it. I'm not going to send it to you.
It's on YouTube.
No.
I'm finding that shit later.
But yeah, they're lovely guys, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing them again.
Depending on the clashes that happen at that point, I'm all there for Green Day. This is such a formative band for me getting into heavy music. People who have been up in arms about them being booked for this, there's going to be so many metalheads that owe kind of every band they listen to kind of coming from Busted. The influence they've had on metal is kind of underrated. There's such a huge pathway band for people to get onto heavier stuff, and to see them in this spot and to see Download kind of giving them the chance and opening it up, which after this year gives so many other bands an opportunity where they could be headlining Download Festival. I think this is an extremely important booking, and I think it's going to be a fucking great booking.
I think it's going to be one of the biggest crowds we see.
Question.
Who are you talking about?
Green Day.
Because you said during that whole thing, influenced
not
by
say Green Day?
Busted, and I was like, wait, I thought we were on Green Day now.
Oh yeah, I was talking about Green
didn't-
Day.
I was looking at it, I was like,
What the fuck is he talking about?
Busted ain't there.
Nah, Green Day.
Right,
sure.
Thank you.
I just want to hear American Idiot live.
It's great that Hundreds boys for Lemmy.
Are we ready for Saturday?
I'm very ready for Saturday.
I'm so ready for Saturday.
I'm
this
actually
is my
excited
day.
for Saturday.
relatively ready for Saturday, actually, as it happened. Because hopefully you can get up early enough to either catch Static Dress, who always fucking bring the noise.
And they always seem to be put on really early at Download Festival.
Yeah. And
It's
also,
annoying, isn't it?
there's something here that says Secret Sweat. Possibly, is what it says on the Clash Finder.
Okay.
Which you believe to maybe be...
Well, breaking news. There might have been a leak about what the secret set would be, and there's no way of confirming that it's true. But a certain band called Malevolence might have had a bit of a PR nightmare.
Well, them or Ticketmaster?
Well,
Or
somebody
ticket company?
might have messed up here, because at some point there was Download Festival 13th to the 15th on one of their ticket sales things. So it could just be someone's just having a laugh, or someone's even just made it, just created it.
Imagine 11 a tent.
But if it is Malev, that'll be awesome.
Happy days. Happy days. I think, yeah,
Malicious intent.
Oh, that's good.
That's... Well done. That's really good. That's really good.
Where do we go from there?
Well,
Well-
I'll tell you where we go from there is bloody Lestel on the Dogtooth stage.
Yes.
This is
Done, isn't
fucking mega. Relatively local boys to us, and it's fucking magical to see them on the Download lineup, to be honest. They've done the RIP, or is it the RIP stages in the
I
past?
think that's what it was called when they did it. Yeah.
And now they're on the main lineup, and I think just fucking there's not a band that deserves it more to have that chance. And I think the Dogtooth stage in general is sort of a really good showcase on this day of how versatile the whole lineup is, because you've also got a band like Zetra on there who are sort of a really sort of hypnotic sort of soundscape, ambient black metal, all these sort of things kind of blending into one in a very sort of just captivating way. And Josh is trying to get the mic off me.
Give me that.
Sorry, that felt rude. I was just excited. Basically, yeah. I just want to quickly say, guys, we are going to have to. I know Dan runs on the regular, but fuck me, are we going to have to absolutely leg it from Dogtooth, from Listel to Apex for Loathe?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
We can't miss that Loathe set.
I really am hoping that like, they kick it off with the new song, "Gifted Every Strength."
Well, they
It's,
did.
like,
They
so
did
cool.
kick off that show before they'd even released that song. Because there was loads of videos on TikTok of people being like, "What is this?
What is this? We've
This
got
is
new
awesome."
Loathe.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll get billboards around that could give us more details on new album this year, which we're waiting for what feels like 20 odd years.
It's been 84 years.
But yeah, an incredible live band. I mean, with Static Dress on there as well, we could get some collabs because they have
that'd be
done that
good.
on record before. Can't remember the song name. Off the
They've
top of my
toured
head.
together live quite a lot in the US as well, so
Yeah,
I would imagine like guest spots on vocals is probably something they've done quite a fair few times.
but like we've seen Loathe a few times. Well, for some of us at least. And they're always
It's been
incredible.
ages since we've seen them though.
They've been making
Feels
use of
so-
those US visas
For sure.
So it feels good to finally have Loathe back over here, and probably one of my most anticipated sets of the day is that.
I think last time I saw him was at what's the name of that festival? Takedown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Takedown. And then we were supposed to see him at Trees, but they cancelled. So yeah, haven't seen him in maybe 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
that's a long time, isn't it?
I mean, going back to that, what you were saying on Dogtooth as well, Alex, like you've got some really kind of solid metalcore with Silosis.
Silosis, yeah. I saw them supporting Spirit Box
And we
in
saw
London.
Fit for an Autopsy last year.
Yep.
Really, really fun. Really, really enjoyable. Like, great sounding band live. Need to listen to them more on record.
So clean.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't a single thing where you didn't think, oh, like these guys are just professional. Like it's done so well. Cradle of Filth as well.
Cradle of Filth on there. That could be interesting. Got some new metal.
Could be interesting.
Well, I've never really listened to them and got into them.
Oh mate, I fucking love them. I think it's great. The only problem is that I think a big chunk of their set gets eaten up by Sleep Token's headline set, but more on that in a moment. Cradle of Filth, fucking absolute pioneers of their genre. Yeah, Danny Filth, fucking legendary geezer. I want him on this podcast at one point.
Yeah.
Serious? Sure, boys. I'm curious. Tiger, James,
Go.
Hatebreed. You Hatebreed fans?
Never really listened to them that
Never
much.
even
if I'm
heard
honest.
of them until you
That's-
said that just then.
That's so exciting. I think you two would fucking love Hatebreed. Seriously.
I think we got to do some homework, bro.
I think that's really up your street, guys. And like,
Okay.
I had the pleasure of seeing them when I was probably like 16 or so, and fuck me, do they go hard? And I think they still fucking bring it to this day. Yeah, looking forward to that.
I was supposed to go and see Hatebreed, and the guy that I bought the tickets with, who had the tickets like 3 days before, just moved back to Spain.
As you do.
And just didn't tell me. And it was like a month
How do I
later.
get out of going to this gig?
I'm going to Spain.
It was like a month later. I just got a message, and I was like, because I'd messaged him, like, "Where are
Yeah,
you?"
message,
Like, what's happened? I got a message just being like, "Oh, by the way, mate, I moved back to Spain." And I was like, "Oh, okay then." That's that.
Sure. Looking at this actually now, like, fuck me. It's so fun to be going from Hatebreed to Split Chain on the Avalanche to then Poppy on the Apex.
Yeah.
Three alt bands that all kind of come from a different sphere.
I'm
If you-
happy.
I'm Poppy.
I'm
I'm
happy.
Yeah,
happy.
I'm very interested in seeing Poppy.
Yeah, me too.
Because again, I think our generation have sort of grown up with the really weird era of them really strange videos of this young girl just looking to the camera saying,
I'm
"I'm
Poppy.
Poppy." To then,
Poppy.
I didn't
I'm
hear
Poppy.
anything from her for years, and then suddenly she's screaming on stage and sounding sick. And it's like, how has this happened?
Where has
Um,
this come from?
Yeah, but yeah, I'm really intrigued on how that's going to go.
Now, like, I grew up on a lot of new metal, but had never listened to Kitty. And you
Yeah, that
introduced
was
me
my
to-
doing, wasn't it? I went, oh, have you ever heard of this?
Yeah, and I was like, how? Nope.
Because I posted one of them cats and I put a Kitty song on it. You were like, what is that?
What is
I
this?
was like, this is Kitty. It was very fitting for a cat picture, but like, and showed you it, and you were like, oh my god.
Yeah, so like kind of getting into like some of them. Like, I'd quite like to go and see that live. It seems like
I will admit, I'm not 100% sure on how good they'll sound.
okay.
Just because I've
You watched a few videos?
Yeah, and it's been a bit.
We can pray.
We can hope.
We
We
can-
can
we
pray.
can hope, we
that
can
they'll
pray,
be
because-
as amazing as they sound in my headphones from way back when, before I existed. Just to make you guys feel a bit old.
Great, thanks.
But yeah, I'm quite excited for Key. Fuck everybody else, just Key. That's it. That's what I'm going for.
That's what you're going for.
Yeah, that's it. And then
It's-
I'm going home after that.
I would,
Which is
I would,
kind of-
I wouldn't be put off by hearing stuff that's been recorded by, like the obviously people that are at the show. The amount of times when I've seen a band and gone, that was sick, and then 2 days later seen a bit of footage of it and gone, what the hell was that? Like it's a complete different experience when you're there.
Which has kind of made me realise, like, kind of as I'm looking through a little bit, you kind of obviously have Korn on the Sunday. New metal isn't heavily represented this year
Not
at Download
really.
Festival. So if you're a new metal person,
Sucks to suck.
There's a few like throwback bands for me
Go on then.
on this day. On the Avalanche stage, you've got Twin Atlantic and Mallory Knox back to back. Twin Atlantic, I think I said in our Slam Dunk preview, like they're not at the peak of their career anymore. I think they know that as well. But they'll still play the hits. They'll still play the nostalgia kind of hitting songs that I'm going to want from them. Mallory Knox have got they've not only reformed, they've got their original vocalist Mikey rejoining them as well. That's going to be a lot of fun. They were great at Slam Dunk last year, I think it was, which they reformed for. Might be interesting to see if they have any new music coming. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything. And another band that was around when those two were at their peak as well and has stuck around is Don Broco. And again, I think similar to Weezer, seeing them on the main stage, it's just going to be such a party. I wouldn't be surprised if they have a new song out by then. Yeah, that's going to be huge.
I think on this day, there's one band that I am most excited for, and that's some beautiful Australian metalcore with Polaris.
Yes.
Every time I've seen them live, it's just been so fun. An incredible live band. Like, it is someone that I will always like make my journey to go and see. And you're guaranteed to see me crowd surf during Nightmare.
One of my favourite sets was their Ali Pali show.
Oh, that was
Like,
incredible.
when they were supporting While She Sleeps.
Yeah.
While She Sleeps?
No, Beartooth.
No, yeah, Beartooth, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely love Polaris. Phenomenal live band. So personally, that's like my highlight for Saturday.
When you guys are seeing Polaris, I think I'll be seeing a band called Teen Mortgage. Who
I've heard a lot about them.
Yeah, who they kind of have like a little bit, it's maybe a little bit of a reach. It's a bit of like a fuzzy surf rock vibe. Kind of a little bit psychedelic. That also might be a reach, but I'm looking forward to seeing them. If I can catch a bit of Polaris' set, I will. And then I will be having to run from Don Broco's set for the Dogtooth stage as well. For I really hope I can pronounce this correctly. There's a band that's always piqued my interest. I think I'm not going to lie, the name has helped, but it's like Anal Nathrak. Who genuinely makes some really decent extreme noise, boys. I'm not fucking around.
I think the name helped.
Do you know who I'm really fucking looking forward to?
Sex Pistols?
Yee, wait a minute. Yeah, stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup. Put some liquor in it. I'm really excited for The Darkness. Like, massively. No joke. No, it's not, whatever. Fucking hell. They are so good. They've eluded me all these years. This is the time. You and me, we're going to go in and we're going to sing our little hearts out.
Yep. I'm still hurt that 1 year I spent 6 hours at the front of the Opus, I can never remember how to say it, at that stage, waiting for The Darkness and Steel Panther, but mostly The Darkness, and nobody else joined me, and I had the best time. And I remember thinking, like, I swear Josh said he liked The Darkness. Why is he not here? And when what's his bloody name again? The lead singer.
Justin
That's
Hawkins.
it. I can't believe I forgot that name. When it's 30 degrees outside and he runs on stage in a red sequin jumpsuit with a red guitar, and they start firing snow into the crowd, and they start singing Christmas Time, and everyone in the crowd's going nuts. I was like, this is such a weird experience, but I love every second of it. So if you get a chance and there's nothing else that you really want to see, go and watch The Darkness. They are such a good band live.
I'm excited to finally be able to see Dayseeker. They're a band that just seem to keep like evading me, whether it's them clashing with someone else at a festival or just me not being able to make it to a tour that they're playing in the UK. It doesn't seem like they clash with anyone I want to see. So this is the time.
The time
It's
is now.
happening. I'm going to see Dayseeker, and it's going to be sick.
I'm not going to be seeing Dayseeker, which is a real shame, don't get me wrong. But I'll be at the fucking Apex stage with Liberty spikes, like safety pins all in my jacket.
Are you sure you'll be at the Apex stage?
You'll be very disappointed if you.
Yeah.
And I'll be there going, oh
Frank-
shit,
Frank-
I'm at the wrong
Frank
stage.
Carter looks a lot different.
Is he the singer of Bastille or maybe Hosier? I need like that. I'm really excited to see the Sex Pistols featuring Frank Carter. Everybody bangs on and on and on about alternative industry plants. Shut the fuck up. Like, I'm actually going to go and see the OG alternative industry plants. The Sex Pistols were a boy band. It's brilliant. Fucking A. I can't wait. They're kind of shit, but in the best way possible. Like, how do you manage to build a brand that's iconically shit? It's the Sex Pistols. I'm fucking serious.
It sounds
by
like
the
you're
way.
roasting this.
This
not-
kind of sounds like he's going for a hate watch.
No,
Yeah.
you know when you watch a movie and it's so bad it's good? That is
Yeah.
the Sex Pistols, in my opinion.
Like The Wild.
That's such a niche reference. I love it.
Speaking about the Sex Pistols, I think Frank Carter taking that role is perfect. I don't think you could. There isn't a single person in the whole industry that you could have picked that would fit so well.
And if you think there is, let us know, because I'm curious. I'm curious who the second pick would have been if it
Cut
was
to someone saying Youngblood.
Oh,
Stay weird.
I think we're
Sleep
there,
Token.
aren't we?
Well-
Headliner.
I've got one that no one really sort of mentions, but Currents. I'm really looking forward to them if I can catch them.
Every time I've heard bits and pieces, I've really liked it, but I've just never committed to
Yeah,
it.
they-
I may
they-
join you.
They keep coming up in my metalcore playlist on Spotify, and I really really enjoy. I think I've got like 5 or 6 of their songs liked and saved. Like they're really really good, and I'm really
Think it's
I'm
something like
really looking
Currents.
forward to seeing them live. I think we're on to.
Sleep.
I think
Sleep
Token.
Token.
I cannot miss it this time. I've missed it twice now, and I can't do it again.
Yeah.
I might
Your
be-
cry.
your
it would-
first time.
It will be the time I miss it.
It would
Yeah.
be insane if you missed this one. Imagine you were just asleep.
I'm just like,
You just crashed out.
where did everybody go?
Yeah.
Now, like, we could
No.
do a whole discussion about everything, and this could go on for like 3 hours. So we'll try and keep it short. Personally, I'm more intrigued about production and what they're going to do based on clips that seen from like on our vlogs from when you went to the Wembley show and what they're going to do at headline spot. Based on recent album, to keep it very brief, I'm not as fussed about the music at the moment. I would prefer a set that is much more old material. That's my take.
Well, set,
But I'm intrigued.
set wise, because the set's so long, they've got such a good scope to choose from. So I can't see a reality where they just hammer the album,
No.
like
No,
the
not at all.
newest album.
Yeah, I think whatever kind of era has been your favourite of Sleep Tokens, I think
You're
There'll
gonna
be
see-
something
we're probably going to see a celebration of all of it.
I think you might even see some songs they probably haven't played live before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
like, surprised.
sure.
If they play Gods, I'll be completely sold. Like,
I'd love them to play Jaws. If I could make one request, it'd be Jaws.
yeah,
'Cause they haven't played that live in a long time.
we were lucky enough to see them play Bloodsport in at Wembley, and that was a moment. But like,
Mhm.
yeah, they've got such a good choice of songs, and they got such a long time to like they'd be insane to just sort of be like, look, this is our new album, which I don't think they would do.
Yeah, and like James said as well, the potential for the production as well is, I mean, there's literally no ceiling.
Well, and we saw how much of a jump it was from their like stage shows to their arena shows.
Yeah.
That light show was,
Lighting in
it was
particular from the
insane.
videos,
They
yeah.
had,
What
they
can
had
we see in what is
they had 2 on the
essentially
riser
a
and
stadium
stuff.
level show?
Yeah. And
It's going to be massive. And essentially a new era as well.
mhm. Yeah, we might even see some new
New
masks.
masks. I
or
was about to
anything,
say
yeah.
that. Maybe we get from 2, 3, and 4.
Maybe. Yeah, and again, I think they might do something similar to what they did at the Wembley show when they sort of leaked that this might, because we were literally sat in the crowd when it started coming up on Instagram. When we were like, "What the hell's this?" And then that was when they released the new stuff, so like the new masks.
I've no doubt they'll do something cryptic around the site as well at some point.
Yeah,
I
some,
think
some,
Horizon
something
did.
like what Bring Me
About to
did,
say
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because there'll be some sort of like clues of something.
Yeah, they'll
somewhere.
want to do some kind of lore building,
Yeah, and from
which I'm there for.
the way that they
I think that's exciting.
promoted the new album, however people think about it, that was perfect marketing. Having like stuff hidden in source codes and like coordinates for people to go and find to
Yeah.
figure out new
It
stuff.
made the point of like basically any avenue that anyone would look down to find clues, there was like an
There was
indication
always-
of we knew you'd come here,
Yeah, yeah.
which is really clever. So yeah, really, really excited for their set. I think whether you're a new or old Sleep Token fan or someone that's never listened to them before, that's just going to be checking them out, I think this is going to be a massive set.
Yeah, whatever happens, I don't think anyone's going to be
And-
disappointed.
And quite a huge statement for the UK scene as well. Obviously, the rise that Sleep Token have had the last few years, to now have a number one UK album under their belt, to be headlining like one of the biggest rock and metal festivals in Europe.
Yeah, I think the first time they played it was in 2018. They played
I
the
think so,
smallest.
yeah.
I think it was Dogtooth they played, and then we saw them at
played at
the
the Pilot.
at the Avalanche
We saw them
stage
on the
as well.
Avalanche stage, and I think that was the last time they played.
So yeah, in that 7 years, to go from that to then headlining the main stage,
Mhm.
like what a progression!
Yeah.
I
gonna be awesome.
cannot wait. I don't think I've been more excited for a download set than Sleep Token headlining download.
Fair enough.
That feels like a perfect point to move on to Sunday. And what better place to start than a Sleep Token inspired band, President, on the Dogtooth stage. What do we think? Are we
Very
excited?
very intrigued.
I'm intrigued. The new song is very good, but it hasn't completely sold me in on it. I'm wondering if, bearing in mind at time of recording, we've got 2 weeks kind of until it's happening, if we get another song released, just so the crowd can know more than just one, potentially.
Maybe.
So like kind of hoping that will come around so I can kind of get a bit more of an idea. Obviously, we kind of know who is meant to be behind it all.
That doesn't really matter, though, does it?
I think it does for some people. There's been a lot of like comparisons to previous bands and nostalgia, so that's like a cool thing for some people. But I am intrigued to see what they do, and with the presentation they've already got at the moment, what kind of production as well they could have.
It's obvious that the people that are in the band are very competent. Like,
Oh god,
there's-
yeah.
Yeah, it's just the whole production for the single was really, really good. I love what they've done with the vocals. The drums sound sick, the guitars sound huge, and I think this is such a good way of just being like, we are this. This is what we're doing. There you go. For the first show that they've ever done is
Yeah.
at a download.
And
That's
it's-
awesome.
Exciting to kind of be there for the start of a new band as well.
Yeah.
First ever show.
Before all that, though, gonna try again to get there for 11 a.m. to watch Orbit Culture open the main stage. We saw Orbit Culture the night that we saw Trivium,
Trivium in Oxford, yeah.
and I've got to say, they were my favourite band of the night. It was Trivium, Bleed From Within, and Orbit Culture, and their sound was gigantic. And I feel like that's a fucking sick way to kick off the last day of download. And speaking of Bleed From Within, they're playing after them, directly after them. That band have just gone from strength to strength. Their 2013 album Uprising was the thing that kind of got me into them. I think they went away for a little while. Now they've come back. They're touring with they've been touring with Slipknot. They're finally getting the kudos that they deserve. Big up Scottish metalcore. Fuck yeah. They are smashing it, and cheers for bringing out Rob and Ramesh last year, because that was fucking hilarious.
It was.
Yeah, it's a shame they had those technical difficulties last year, but I guess this is kind of their reward that they get to play the main stage this year
Because
instead.
it was only like 15 minutes they ended up doing, wasn't it? But like the crowd was
Yeah.
huge. Everyone's still loved the 15
Yeah.
minutes that they did, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing them on the main stage.
Boys, I am on a roll, because after Bleed From Within on the Apex stage, it is Power Trip, which is it's one of those things that's kind of bittersweet that they're still going. It's an absolute shame they had a tragedy within their band, but I mean they've gone from strength to strength post that. James, Tiger, my guys, I really think the Power Trip will be so up your street. Like, I can't even begin. You know me, I don't just pull this stuff out my ass. If I know what you guys like, and this is one of those things.
I trust your musical judgments,
I
Josh.
can't wait to hear what you think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to just group a lot of bands together with one word, and that's deathcore. There is just so much happening on this day, and I'm just praying to all the Clash gods. I haven't really looked at a Clash Finder properly yet.
This is very much your day, isn't it, Tiger?
This is totally my
This
day.
is
This
it.
has got my name written all over it.
I'm going to Cattle Decapitation, Fit for an Autopsy, Whitechapel, Lorna Shore. Like, within all of that in itself, like, there's so much incredible deathcore there. I've seen Fit for an Autopsy before. We went and saw them in London, and that was incredible. Saw Lorna Shore a couple of years ago at Download. I know you boys went and saw them on tour as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing them again, and probably going to pit for that as well, because that would just be so much fun. I'm hoping to catch Whitechapel if no clashes. The new album, Hymns in Dissonance from January, I think for me is going to go into album of the year contender. It was just absolutely phenomenal, and I want to hear Phil Bozeman's vocals live and hear Swords of Law. And then not really delve too much into Cattle Decapitation, but fuck it, it's some deathcore.
Yes. Yes again.
I know you're pretty much like on the same wavelength as me for like a lot of that.
No, I'm all in. Like, if I can, everyone.
Yeah, I was like, I
I'll
want to
just start disappearing. If it's like I got to jump, I will jump. I'm
Yeah.
just gone. I'm there.
You got some decisions after that, though, my boy. Right, Ginger on the Apex, Municipal Waste, who have always eluded me because of that time when I was just too hot and couldn't move from the tent. And but it also says on the Avalanche, secret set brackets possibly. So that
I've never heard of them.
No, they're pretty good, I hear. Ginger. Fuck me. We saw them when we were super hella drunk.
Yeah, that was a good day.
That was a very good day. Ginger, Ukrainian metalcore. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure I see them this year, because I didn't go and I can't remember what band I went to see instead, but when you guys were very merry.
I think I was with you.
I think we went to go see someone else. And then Josh said to me before, he was just like, "You can't miss this." And I was like, "Josh, I trust you, but I need to go." and I actually regretted not going, because I think we heard a little bit of it as we were walking past, and I was like, "That sounds awesome."
It was like every element of a great festival just aligned for that Ginger set.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of the first bands of the day. I mean, it was the first band of the day for us. The sun was like beating down on the back of our necks. We were full of beverages. We'd had a merry time at the campsite beforehand. Just everything was just going right. Life was good. And then Ginger just fucking killed it and were awesome.
Fuck yeah.
And we just all had a really good time, didn't we?
James,
Let's do it again.
Josh,
do you like complex time signatures?
I like complex time signatures.
You can't play them, but
Hey, fuck you.
Do you love breakdowns?
I love breakdowns.
Do you love harsh vocals?
Yes, yes, and yes.
Do you love a fan base that thinks they're superior to other people because of the way that the music is played in a technical fashion?
Kinda, I guess.
you're losing him, Josh. Get him back inside.
Do you
Bring me
like
back in.
sweet treats such as donuts?
I'm a donut man.
Well, then you'll love my sugar.
Like I'm very intrigued by this, because you were playing some to me recently.
I've been going on about my sugar for
You've been going on
months
for a
now.
while, and I think you played something, and I was like, this is completely my jam. Why have I never actually sat down and actually listened to Meshuggah before? And now kind of trying to make my way through bits and pieces of their discography, it is like kind of like baffling to me how I never actually got into this in any way, shape or form. So like I'm very much there. I've even got to watch like a few live shows that they've done, and it seems like their production level, the lighting and stuff they do is amazing. So very quickly, like, this is a set I am very, very excited for.
Definitely one I'm excited for.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, and it also leads beautifully into Spirit Box.
Which has potential to be one of the sets of the weekend, I think.
I think so. And like kind of to pop back to earlier, I'm kind of like hoping, because they're on the same day, same stage, we could get that Circle With Me collab with Tatiana from Ginger that they've done on things before, because that would be so cool. But no, Tsunami Sea's been fantastic this year. Last time we saw them there, it was 22 in a tent, and it was
The Avalanche
packed to the brim, and people like outside trying to get in to see them. At that point, we were even saying about someone had dropped off a bill, and we were saying move Spirit Box up.
Yeah.
They deserve that then. To see them in this spot, third from the top on main stage, is going to be absolutely fucking
Can
incredible.
I say something
They-
controversial?
Go on.
I am surprised that they are below Bullet for My Valentine.
Agreed.
I
Yeah,
agree
so
with
am
you.
I.
Yeah, of course you can.
I agree with you.
I agree.
Oh, thanks, man.
No worries.
And that's no I like Bullet for My Valentine.
They
We
were-
saw
they
them
were
at-
great
we saw
at
them
Trees.
Trees. They
We-
were so much fun. It was a really nice sort of dose of nostalgia and fucking just great metal. But I don't know. I feel like given that they've put Sleep Token at the headliner spot and they've sort of embraced like the new wave, I feel like it would have been just that little bit sweeter for Spirit Box to be in that sub-headline spot just before Korn.
I mean, who knows? They may well have been intended to be in that slot. It could just be like a timings thing.
Yeah.
But
Either
I see what you
it's
mean.
going to be great
Yeah.
either way.
Their momentum at the moment is
Yeah.
just unstoppable,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Is it also then fair to say like they're also more of the future?
Yeah.
Like people have talked a while ago about Bullet like headlining at some point, and don't ever see that happening at this point. Does anyone have anything else before we talk about the headliner?
You first.
Well, I know we've been sort of jumping about all over the place on the Sunday, but one thing that we need, one thing that's essential on the Sunday at Download is energy. And that's going to come at House of Protection set on the Avalanche stage. That is a band that exudes energy and intensity. Like, their music videos are some of the most captivating music videos that are out nowadays. Like, they're just one of those bands that are putting a lot of time and dedication into their craft. They're a project formed from 2 previous members from Fever 333, who they themselves were just a chaotic and frenetic live band when we saw them at Download 2019, I want to say, Dan, perhaps?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's right.
And yeah, I'm really, really excited. Every video I've seen online of House of Protection live has been fucking just chaos and like just incredible crowd reaction. So I feel like they're going to be almost like the Mr. Motivator of Download. If you've ever been to, if you've ever been to Truck,
Yeah.
you'll know what I'm on about.
We need to get
like
Mr.
Mr.
Motivator
Motivator on a Sunday morning, don't
Yeah.
they? So yeah.
That makes so much sense.
I actually got humbled by Mr. Motivator at Truck Festival. Like, I actually like got out of breath, and I was like,
Did
"Fuck!"
you try
I
and
need-
fight him?
No, bro. I just
He
tried to
went,
do
you've got
his.
something on your shirt. Whee!
I tried to do his workout and literally like realised, fuck me, I'm unfit. So I've got a bit of a tough decision because playing like practically at the same time as Spirit Box on the Dogtooth stage is a band called Unprocessed, who honestly make such spicy little numbers, like kind of how you feel when you listen to Polyphia. Serious. That's kind of what they're like, but with a little bit more emphasis on the vocals, basically.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to have a little think. I really want to see. I don't know if it's part of the set list, but I need to research if Spirit Box still played the Mara Effect Part 3, because if they do in their set list, that will be enough to keep me at their thing, because I love that song so much. But otherwise, maybe I'll let you know in the recap what I did. Realistically, I'll probably be shitting because I'll eat from the Yorkshire pudding stand.
But there's a co-op on site, so you can get some fresh
Can't shit in the
fruits.
co-op.
Just a
Watch me.
Clean up on aisle 3.
I just want to say as well, boys, like we've spoke about today, like Defects, Currents, all those sorts of bands. Novelists is one of those ones that make lovely, crispy, metallic goodness.
If you're not busy or you're shitting like Josh, go and watch Steel Panther. It's just a great laugh. That's all I've got to say about that.
Are we headliner time?
I think we're at headliner time, yeah.
So, cool.
So we're on to the final set of Download. And I think we're all rather excited for this one.
This is my most anticipated headliner
Ever?
this year.
This year.
I think it's very well deserved. I think they've got a tremendous catalogue of music.
It's Korn, by the way.
It's Korn. I'm intrigued about maybe what they could do production wise, because like seeing them multiple times before, they've not been
You
a big
love
production.
production, don't you?
I love production. Hey, it's all part of the live experience.
I don't think they need that
I
much.
don't think they
production.
need it, but I think as a headliner, it's interesting to see for like a Download perspective.
I want them lobbing Adidas trainers into the crowd.
Yes,
Just full tracksuits.
get the Adidas shoes, get the Korn Adidas shoes.
Mate, if I can get my hands on them,
Oh yeah, like
You'll just be running. Really quick.
I've just had
Because
a
I've got
vision.
my Adidas shoes
my
on.
shoes at the same
I've just had a
time.
vision of the,
Stop everyone.
of the lights during Freak on a Leash,
Everyone's going to do it once, isn't they?
like
Fucking hell.
imitating the gunshot wall, like in the video.
Oh,
But,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like out across the crowd.
that could be quite cool.
Picture that for a second.
I'm picturing
Carry
that.
I'm picturing it.
Sure, I give the bagpipes.
I know you do.
Korn is the only band that I give the bagpipe pass to. Fucking sweet. He plays those things like a fiddle. Basically, when we saw Korn in, what year was it?
22.
The atmosphere in that air was absolutely electric. Like, it was crackling, it was fizzling. And that wasn't even a headline set. I think this is going to be the one. Fuck me. Yeah, can't wait.
I have a great memory of that 2022 set of a pit opening up and just seeing you like run and just spin kick. And I was like, oh, here goes Josh.
Mosh Barton came
Mosh
out
Barton
to
came
play.
out to
me.
play. Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a phenomenal set. I'm really looking forward to it. My
And
most anticipated.
It will be the third of 3 brand new headliners. The
Which is
Download Festival.
Glorious. Lovely to see new
What we've
blood
been
in there.
asking for.
That's what we need. And I guess to wrap up, who are people most looking forward to seeing at Download?
Should we
this
do
year?
one each day?
We could do one each day.
Good idea, Alex.
So for the Friday, the band that I think's unmissable is People.
For me, I kind of find with festivals, the headliners, I see it a little bit differently to other people. For me, like the headliners are almost like a Brucey bonus, and I'm normally weirdly more interested in the undercard. This one, it's kind of turned it on its head for me. I'm most excited for Green Day.
Weezer.
Green Day for me as well. Same.
It's got to be People for me.
I'm gonna copy Dan and go Weezer.
Saturday.
I think it's going to be Loathe on main stage. I think it's going to be sick.
I know from like the hype that I gave it earlier about Sex Pistols, you'd probably think of me saying that, but I'm actually just going to straight up say Sleep Token, as long as maybe they play minimal, even in Arcadia.
It's got to be Sleep Token, isn't it?
Polaris.
It's got to be Sleep Token.
I'm tied between Sleep Token and Key, so I'm gonna go with both.
Both. Breaking the rules. Sunday.
It's got to be Korn.
It's got to be Korn.
Spirit Box.
I think I'll go Spirit Box.
It's Lorna Shore.
Corn. Oh, there's so many. This is my day. I'll go with Corn. I'll go with Corn. I'll go with Corn.
He's looking in
Can
Korn.
I'm going to say
Ralph, take your first.
Is it a top answer?
deathcore as a genre. Deathcore as a genre. Deathcore as a genre. Deathcore.
Korn first.
Deathcore. Deathcore. I'm just looking forward. And that is a big ass Download Festival 2025 preview. Going through all the days, all the bands to go and see. Like the video, let us know down below who you want to go and see. If you see us there, come and say hello.
In the build up to the festival, if you want us to really get into it, go and watch the old vlogs.
Yeah.
'Cause we love them and we think other people will love them as well.
Gets you nice and excited for going back again.
There's many hours worth of footage of us dicking about and watching cool bands
I feel
that I
like
think everyone can enjoy.
we're oh good weather.
Do you know what?
Fingers
as well?
crossed.
What I find that when I watch this, I'm always thinking, fuck, when are they going to say my favourite band? And they never do or whatever. Who did we miss? Who do you reckon we should see? Who are you shouting at your screen going, for fuck's sake, you stupid
Demonetized, brilliant.
who you seeing that we ain't, basically. Also, if it kind of felt like we were going a bit crazy by the end of this podcast,
It's because we are.
that, and also, this was our second time recording this one.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties and all that.
Camera corrupted.
It's basically,
So-
I accidentally had one of my bollocks out the whole time. That's what it really was. Can that go in? Can that get bleeped out too?
That'll be how it ends. Should we do a Westlife as we finish and get off our stools?
Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you at Download Festival.